Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I tell you, one of the things that, my kids are getting older, so we don't do the Children's Museum of Houston like we used to, although I have a little goddaughter that is going to be about a year from now. We'll be looking at heading back there to the museum. She's still a little too little to appreciate it now. But I know we spent a lot of time with the Children's Museum when my kids were growing up. Love it. Fantastic institution, and I don't think Houstonians truly appreciate the vast majority how awesome the museum life is in this city. It is big city museum in terms of you can spend days just in the museum district going from place to place. One of the funnest ones is the Children's Museum. Cheryl McCallum, she is the director of education there at the Children's Museum of Houston. Delighted to have you on the program.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah. How long have you been with the museum?
Actually, 20 years. 20
years!
Long time.
But it didn't feel like a day over 30.
Maybe a day over 10.
Hey, wait, my boss may be listening. I'm not going to comment on that. But so that's cool. Obviously, no, I don't do anything for 20 years unless I enjoy it. Been on the radio now 23 years. So, yeah. And so I'm sure you enjoy what you do.
I love what I do. I never thought I'd be anywhere for 20 years either. And it's a dynamic place. We're doing great things for kids in Houston, and I love it every day.
Yep, and you're director of education.
I'm the director of education, yeah. We're doing a lot in the museum and around the city, and I help work on the team that puts all that together. What does
your job entail as director of education?
Well, I help generate a lot of partnerships with local groups. We have partnerships with most of the major universities in town with our exhibits and a lot of our science-oriented things, Rice University, University of Houston, Baylor College of Medicine. So I help put together those partnerships and help projects get off the ground normally. So new things that we're doing nationally or locally, I'm heavily involved in.
What are some things that make the Children's Museum unique?
I would say one of the things that makes us unique is that we are totally family-oriented in everything that we do, and we are hands-on. And so unique from the perspective that we provide kids opportunities to do things with their hands, to work with materials in the museum that kind of give them more understanding about foundational concepts that they're exploring in school.
Yeah, I think that, when people think of museums, they think of ropes, between them and the painting, and they think of do not touch the glass and, all kinds of restricting things that, frankly, do we have to go to the museum, that you'll hear juniors say? And it really, in some ways, you're kind of like the unmuseum.
Yeah, I like that. The unmuseum, right.
Yeah. You're that place that gets that level of engagement and interaction for kids that they simply didn't dream they could have at a place like that, which makes them want to keep coming back again and again and again.
Yeah, that's what we hope. Definitely.
Absolutely. What kind of things do you have going on in December that you want the audience to be aware of?
Well, we definitely want them to know that we have an exhibit now on the art of Dr. Seuss.
Oh, so I love Dr. Seuss.
Right, just opened a couple of days ago, and we're going to have it through February 23rd, and we hope that everybody will come see that while it's there.
Well, what's cool about that, you were mentioning earlier that, that your emphasis is on the whole family and not just the kids. And that would be an example right there because I don't care how old you are, you're probably younger than what Dr. Seuss is. And so you grew up with Dr. Seuss. I don't care how. I think the very first book I read was a Dr. Seuss book that I can recall in my mind was a Dr. Seuss book.
I know.
And I became instantly hooked.
I had several of them memorized when I was a kid. I think Green Eggs and Ham, Are You My Mother? There's so many historical, kind of titles that I think most people remember. And so it's, parents come in and it's nostalgic. Kids come in and, they're still reading them. So it's great.
Awesome. And how long will that exhibit run?
It runs through February the 23rd, so plenty of time to get over there and see it.
Yeah, well, you say that, but you know how fast time also flies. So we want to encourage people to go in December. Check that out. Give yourself a Christmas gift while letting the kids enjoy themselves as well. What are some other exhibits? What are some of your standing exhibits, for example?
Well, we have a Kidtropolis where kids can come in and work in 9 different businesses. They can actually get paid for their work. Fake money, of course.
Sure. And kind of like what we're all getting now.
I hope not.
That was a political statement, but anyway.
So they can even put the money that they earn in their bank account in Kidtropolis.
So all of you kids out there who've always wanted to be involved in a coup, here's an example. You can take over an entire town.
That's right. That's right. Make as much money as you want.
There you go.
We have an invention convention where kids can design rockets and airplanes and test them out in our launch cage and redesign them and retest them. So very neat space related to design and engineering. Mm-hmm. We have a power play exhibit where they can test out their physical capabilities and take their heart rate and compare their heart rate between different activities. So lots of things oriented towards science.
The obstacle course, the power tower, my son's favorite. He has been climbing that way before he was supposed to.
Very cool. Have you climbed it with him?
A little bit, yeah. But it's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That right away with Sigmund, in case you weren't familiar. I'm sure you are. He always interrupts my program all the time. So, yeah, and I think, don't you guys also have days that are free for people to come in and check out the museum?
We have evenings that are free. Every single Thursday evening of the year, we are free for the public to come from 5 to 8 p.m.
Will they be able to see the Dr. Seuss exhibit as well?
Definitely.
Everything?
They can see everything when they come on a Thursday night from 5 to 8.
See, that might be a great way to test it. Go one Thursday night, and you might find yourself hooked. That's what my wife and I found when we came one Thursday night. And so it's like, hey, you know what? This is worth the investment. So by all means, go ahead and do that. And so Thursday night, free Thursday night begins at 5 and ends at 8. And I'm sure that's probably sponsored by someone.
We have several sponsors who support that.
Oh, very cool.
The community's been very, very supportive.
Talk a little bit about, 2014. What's coming down the pike that you want people to be aware of?
We have a fantastic new exhibit opening called Got Gas in January. And it's all about aerodynamics and how air powers things for us. So
I thought it was going to be something to do with Tums or something that has to do with your stomach, but now it'd be something more conventional, of course. Mm-hmm. So now you can see why I like the Children's Museum so much, because that's kind of where my humor level is. But I love it. I love the Children's Museum. It's so dynamic. It's a place that even before you get in, you feel like it's kind of calling out to you to come on in, and it's an awesome place. cmhouston.org, cmhouston.org, and look forward to learning more about your great activities and what you got going on. Cheryl McCallum, she is the Director of Education and a delightful guest. Thanks for spending time.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right, that's today's program. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you spend it wisely right here on this station.